Mr. Scheer, to tell you the truth, I don't know where I should start, but let me try.
Okay.
GAO analysis of the 125 Hubzone applications showed that SBA requested supporting documentation for only 36% and conducted only one visit. In addition, the agency conducted program examinations on only 5% of certified Hubzone program firms each year. It appears that SBA has virtually no control over who is participating in this program. Is this the case?
We say that there's limited assurance. Based on our program evaluation, there's only limited assurance that only eligible firms are participating. We did identify it as a program that's susceptible to fraud, and that was one reason why, the concern that, what is to say, there should be a fraud investigation. What we look for when we look at internal controls is some finding of reasonable assurance. And here we clearly did not see it for this program.
Okay. Do you believe that the agency's current approach to implementing the Hubzone program is conducive to promoting effective internal controls?
No, it is not. It relies too heavily on self-reported information without verification, lack of site visits, too much on self-policing that the companies themselves, if there is self-policing going to occur, is difficult to do given the information requirements. So the current approach just does not provide what we would consider reasonable assurance.
Ms. Carranza, given the potential that billions of dollars of taxpayer funds are at risk, will you make a commitment to not certify any new Hubzone companies until SBA implements the improvement you lay out in your testimony?
Chairwoman Velazquez, I would appreciate the opportunity to expound on the controls that we have put in place immediately after we reviewed the GAO audit. The GAO audit. And with their 5 recommendations, we've expanded.
Ms. Carranza, with all due respect.
Yes.
I ask you a question and I need for an answer. Given the fact that there is a potential that billions of dollars of taxpayers' funds are at risk, will you make a commitment not to certify any company, any Hubzone company, until you have in place internal controls that will guarantee taxpayers in this country that it is fraud-free?
I'd like to emphasize again and respond to your question with a level of confidence, Chairwoman Velazquez, that we have addressed the applications that have been received. We've also addressed 1,000 applications, firms that have received government contracts, and we've taken the position of validating all of the information that has been submitted on those applications much more aggressively than we have in the past.
Your answer to my question is a no. And so you will allow for fraud to continue. And what we are saying to federal agencies here today is that using this program, that they shouldn't be using this program because you are opening your agency to fraud. So SBA has a responsibility to give these federal agencies assurances that the Hubzone program is free of fraud. It is not today. Ms. Carranza, SBA has come before this committee several times in recent years, and I often take the opportunity to voice my concern regarding fraud in the Hubzone program. I would like to take a minute to read to you some of the most recent responses I have had from your agency. The first response, and I quote, "I am not aware of any fraud involved in the program. Anthony Martosha, Associate Deputy Administrator, Office of Government, Contracting and Business Development, March 30th, 2006. Another response, and I quote, "We have recognized the flaws. We have actually taken the position we are going to implement, if not 90%, approximately 100% of the SBA IG recommendation to address problems in the Hubzone program." Jovita Carranza, Deputy Administrator, September 19, 2007. Another response, "We have taken many actions that we think significantly tighten up the process around Hubzone. And I should also mention that we have met with our IG, and we are in concurrence and acting on every single one of those recommendations." Stephen Preston, Administrator, October 4th, 2007. And finally, I most recently asked Mr. Preston on February 7, 2008, the following question, just 5 months ago. I want to ask you, and I want a yes or no answer. Do you believe that the Hubzone program has sufficient internal controls to prevent fraud? He replied, "I think we have sufficient internal resources to address this issue." So, Ms. Carranza, when you say that you will solve these problems, I cannot help but think that we have heard this before, and yet clearly nothing has changed. How is today any different from the last 4 times that I have asked the SBA about the program and we were told that it was under control? Why should this committee believe that you will actually do something this time rather than just give us lip service?
Chairwoman Velazquez, it's gone beyond a speculation or an assumption. There's hard data from the GAO assessment of the vulnerabilities that we have. I am just as frustrated, and I was shocked to learn the depth of the issues that we have, both on data accuracy with the mapping, the weak maintenance of our management of our contractor. As a result of that, we've reassigned management personnel. We are recruiting additional staff with different skill sets that will be totally focused on the reform agenda that we have for the Government Contracting Office. We have made significant progress in various divisions in government contracting. Not only are we addressing resources that are in play as we speak, but we are also identifying not only the contractors' problem areas. We have developed a new contract agreement with stringent timelines, with deliverables within 30 and 60 days. So there's tangible evidence of the changes that we've instituted with timelines that we are prepared to report to your office, as well as work closely with Bill and his staff.
You will.
Yes.
Thank you.